face nice and big. Otherwise, you're going to be tiny.
It's going to be very hard to beat Jonah's session.
I know, right? So much energy. My goodness. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. So excited to have you all here. And I wanted to introduce you to my next guest, my friend Maryna. And Maryna is with a company called Growth Channel. And oh my goodness, someone's calling me.
Not me.
Anyway, Maryna is with a company called Growth Channels, and we're going to talk about automated marketing planning with AI. So excited to have you, Maryna. Take it away.
Thanks, Natalie, for a short introduction. Hi, everyone. I know the previous session was packed with data and cool insights, so I'll hope to get your that on the speed there. So we'll share some of the cool and tactical experiences about how you can automate some of your marketing planning processes, save time and money. I'll start sharing my screen in a second, but just a quick introduction. So my background is in digital marketing. I've been doing that for over 15 years, working with some of the enterprises, mainly in Europe, like Philips and Allianz, but also helping some of the tech startups grow and build their marketing capabilities. And then I decided to build my own tech startup, which is called Growth Channel, and where we are automating marketing planning. And actually earlier this week, we also launched advertising module and opportunity for you to optimize all that marketing stuff with AI too. But today's session, planning. So let's start with step number one. So I'll dive right in. So why we should even care about, let's say, growth marketing in general. Two main reasons. First, growing competition, and second, growing user expectations. As we all know nowadays, the competitors are popping up left and right, and users are expecting better pricing, better value for money, more features, better support, and so many more things. So you definitely have to be on top of the game. And marketing is one of the ways to communicate all that. Now, what is actually growth marketing? Growth marketing is at the core of what we do at Growth Channel. Here's a nice infographic concept that I like to refer to, built by Growth Tribe. They're actually headquartered in Amsterdam. So they look at the four main perspectives. The first one is data and testing, creative marketing, tooling and automation, as well as behavioral psychology. All of these are interconnected and make together this nice graphic to help you better understand what is actually growth marketing all about. So it's not just advertising, like many of people think. And what is the actual difference between digital marketing, which is more traditional, versus actual growth marketing? The main difference is that digital marketing in a lot of cases would focus at the top of the funnel when it comes to like building that brand awareness, acquiring those website visits and converting them hopefully into the leads. But growth marketing actually looks at the whole funnel, also looks at your retention, delight, those referrals, building revenue for your company. So looks at the whole cycle and the bottom line results of your marketing activities for your actual business. Now, at Growth Channel, we have a very similar approach to looking at that. We have our own 6-step approach, which we call Trigger, which is something that you have, let's say, you don't know if you have a problem to solve yet, so you're not sure yet. You really need that trigger to pinpoint to you that, hey, there is actually something that you're missing on. Usually, if you have an innovative product that is bringing something new into the industry, this is when you have to focus on Trigger. Awareness is, you have a problem, but you're not actively looking for a solution. This is when a lot of educational content might be popping up. Consideration is when you look at alternatives and trying to make your decision. So, for example, company A and company B are doing the same thing. Which one shall I go with? That would be consideration. Conversion is I'm ready to buy. So it looks a lot about your landing pages, conversion rates, people actually registering on your website or purchasing something. Delight is all about retention, making sure that people are happy using your product or service. And then advocate is basically closing the loop in a cycle and making sure that people are as happy using your product that they're actually going to tell all their network about it, give you testimonials, referrals, and become those ambassadors. And it's not just a line, so it's usually actually a circle. It's just easier to understand and comprehend when it's like in a linear way. And here we also have different opportunities that come for each step of that customer journey, different channels and content opportunities that you can trigger for different steps to actually build that whole funnel for your own startup. Now, each of the section is explained in a slide, and I know you guys are recording it, so you'll be able to look into the details after the session as well. And if you want that, you can also download it. We have a customer decision journey template on the website. Here is a short link to access it. The next step of growth marketing that we'll look at are personas. And I'm actually going to share my screen of how you can easily build that in a matter of seconds. I'm going to share a different screen. And while I'll do that, do you guys have any questions to me so far? I would love to keep that a more interactive session. Do you have any questions about the customer decision journey? You can put that in chat. Anyone? I don't bite.
There is one question. Someone is asking for the link again.
Yeah, I'll share the link shortly, but you can actually go to growthchannel.io, and under resources on our website navigation, I'll actually just share that. You have lots of free stuff. So free marketing templates, and the customer journey is somewhere here. Oh, there we go. This one. I shared the short link to access it, but yeah, basically this is how you navigate. Growthchannel.io, marketing templates, customer journey. Okay, I'll continue in the meantime.
Really quick, Lika is asking, at what point should you be leveraging growth marketing over digital marketing?
Yeah, so I would say growth marketing should be most probably started from beginning, and it's because it's more of an expanded version of just digital marketing is kind of a part of it. So it's that top of the funnel versus growth marketing is looking at the whole cycle. And in most cases, I would recommend looking at the whole cycle because you don't just want leads, hopefully. In most cases, you actually want some bottom line results for your business. So you want to drive revenue, you want to drive those actual like purchases, you want to drive retention, upsells, cross sells, and other kind of becoming more of those advocates and getting more advocates to use your product. So I would say growth marketing from beginning, but it's usually like you would need to do it step by step. Let's say you have an innovative product which is completely new in the market, and you really need to focus first then on the trigger. So you need to explain to your audience why they even need that. For example, a few years ago, we didn't have GPT-3 technology to write copy for us, like Outranking does today to help you actually, speed up your SEO content efforts. So you wouldn't even think like, okay, can I actually even do that? So that would be the trigger. So Outranking most probably, and Natalie most probably also did some groundwork there to really educate people that, hey, you can actually produce this much content in a matter of minutes right now using automation and AI tools. So this is kind of where it comes from with the trigger. And then you go into awareness. So like events, webinars, blog articles, education within communities, and other opportunities to actually help you understand what could be the different solutions to the problem, like you're spending too much time writing content or figuring out what's the best way to improve your SEO on page results. And then you would have that consideration. So, how do we compare to some other tools like Copy AI, or how do we compare to other tools like whatever else? And then really explaining that information. So that's consideration. And then you have conversion, of course, and there are other steps. But if you don't have the other steps figured out, you'll just basically lose people at that conversion. So they might sign up, use like free trial, and then bounce off, cancel their subscription, delete their account, and never come back. You don't want that. So you definitely want to bake in some elements into the delight and retention phase just to make sure that they actually stick with you. It's not just about like bare product MVP. It's all about engaging with that audience, engaging in a way that they would actually continue using your product, giving you feedback, that they feel satisfied. And marketing is not just all about, let's say, ads and promotional content. It's also about optimizing your website experience, making sure you have onboarding flow inside your app if you have like a website app or something like that, making sure you have some email workflows in place or in-app notifications to make sure people are engaged, and so many other opportunities. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely. We are right about half of our session, so let's try and you only have like about 9 minutes left.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Let's do it faster. Okay. So I'm on our app, growthchannel.io. You have actually free version access. My demo account is on the highest tier, but you can actually get quite a lot of features on a free account too. So the way our tool works and the way it can help you with identify those different things for each step of the journey and the buyer personas is, let's say we fill in what exactly we are trying to promote. So let's just say, I don't know, advertising platform, something like that. And then you have your landing page that you can enter, and a whole bunch of other questions about like what is it the priority that you're trying to achieve. I think I want to skip this just not to focus too much on the questionnaire, but really to identify those things within the questionnaire. After you have completed the questionnaire, our tool will basically let you know what are the different opportunities for different steps of the journey that are important for you, and you can select as many as you want. So let's say for awareness stage, you can like enable comments in the blog, schedule Twitter threads, reply to tweets, publish on LinkedIn, find email partners. For consideration, you could do like daily deal promotion or geo-target testimonials to show the testimonials within the specific area, especially for like e-commerce or retail. Run app install ads if you have a mobile app. Optimize your ad quality score if you're running ads. Add descriptions to your videos. And then like for different steps of the journey, and we actually explain what that could look like and how you can do it for all of those recommendations for different steps of the journey. You have actually one set on that free account that I mentioned, so you can actually play around with it a little bit. We also have a growth library recommendations for you, so you can also get an understanding which tools can help you achieve those different things which are recommended. You have more in the growth library, full access, free for all users. And then the next step, as I mentioned, is those personas. So I would love to dive right into that part right now. Let's see. Okay, there is the personas. You can actually find them under plan and then go to personas. And you can create your personas either from scratch if you already have all the data or using a template. We actually have 16 pre-populated templates here that you can choose from, but you can also look at who's actually visiting your website right now by generating instant personas from Google Analytics data. It just takes a few seconds to load, and then our tool will tell you, okay, how many polls, let's say, are the users on their website, where are they from, what's their age range and gender, what language do they speak, how do they engage on your website, what's their like bounce rate, use per session, average session duration, how many total sessions of poll are there, what browser does he use, what website categories does he visit, and what pages does he like to visit. And where is he coming from overall? Like which channels is he using and he finding like your tool on, which category represent him, and so on. All of this data is pulled from your own analytics and like something that you definitely have access to, but will take you some time to understand and comprehend, like put it all in a big picture overview. You can also export this data as a PDF here and just basically have it ready and really understand who your customer is in a basically a snapshot. If you already have all the information, like if you have done interviews and other stuff about what your actual customer is and your persona is, we also have an interactive template if you have all the data in place, where you can edit any section you want, fully customizable, and you can delete, add any section, and change any title. You can identify then what their goals are, what their challenges are, what and who influences their decision, how they make that decision, what they like, what they don't like, and what's the best way to reach them online. So this is something that you can definitely also play around with. The templates and from scratch is also available on the free trial, so you can access this without any problem. And then as we enter the questionnaire for the intake, so our tool actually looks at all the different competitors, what they're doing, and gives you recommendations in terms of what you can do to improve your own marketing based on that. We actually pull the data from things like SEMrush and SEO-optimized, so very trustworthy sources. And then you can really understand, okay, how does your MOS score, for example, compare with your authority? How many backlinks they have? Was there a traffic like? Referring domains? What are the top keywords, paid and organic? Top pages, landing pages where they have paid traffic to, media publishers, referring domains, backlinks, and what kind of ads are they actually running? So things that could be very useful to have, and you don't need to have a separate subscription for, let's say, a SEMrush to get this data. So a few things. And then once you're ready to, let's say, generate content, whatever tool you use, we also have an element here. So based then on your submission, our tool gives a recommendation in terms of, what can be the briefing for that, and then generates the copy for you. Let's just say this would be media buyer managers, something like that. And then you have a few recommendations here as well. You can use any other tool here. So our tool is based on the advertising copy in this case, but you can also use other tools for different other purposes. You can easily copy it or bookmark it and then access any content on your content overview page as well that you have generated bookmarked over here. So this just in a nutshell. I'm going to change the screen share back to my presentation, but do you guys have any questions in the meantime? I guess not. I'll do
There are
quick
no
wrap
questions.
up.
We do have, about a couple of minutes.
Okay, perfect. I think I still have 4 minutes, which is great. So do you guys see my screen again with the presentation?
Yes.
Perfect. So yeah, here is basically the methodology, like what I just discussed. In the same free marketing templates, we have the buyer persona template as well. If you don't want to use interactive template inside our app, although I don't know why you wouldn't do that, well, there is an opportunity to download an editable template as well if you prefer that. Again, you can access it in free marketing resources, and I'll share the presentation deck with you guys, and then the session is also recorded so you can look at it later. The way our tool works, and the way I would suggest you all follow the methodology for, is really look at what has been proven to work, and then really increasing like your budget and input for those areas, and try to eliminate guesswork, look at data. I think Outranking guys are also doing great work and really looking at the data points, which is also something that Growth Channel does in order to give you those personalized growth recommendations, and really try to optimize based on that. So keep on understanding what is that one core KPI that I want to optimize for. Is it conversion rate, CTR, meaning click-through rate? Is it number of sales? Is it revenue? And then look at what channels are driving the most of that revenue or sales, or whatever you're trying to optimize for. What is the best content that's performing well for that? So look at those attribution points and make sure that you keep on testing, optimizing, learning, and repeating. I think testing, just another day I was giving another session, people were like, hey, what's the best tool to use for like testing different things? If you're talking about website, I would say Google Optimize most probably is my favorite. It's free for multivariate testing. Up to 16 different components are included in the free tier. So it's a great opportunity for testing anything that has to do on the website. And it's easily integrated into your own analytics. So definitely look at that. And it also has a visual composer there that you can use to make sure that you can adjust like visual layout elements as well. I really wanted to dive deeper a little bit and do a short case study. If anyone wants to like share their website, and we can do a quick conversion optimization type of rundown, and then I'll share the slides with anyone who is interested to get to know like some of the best practices for conversion rate optimization on the website. I can also share that. But hey guys, any brave people here who want to get like a landing page analysis right away?
Yeah, let's see if we can do it in under 1 minute. There is a website there if you can just
Cool. Stories RX. Oh, this is really cool. Yeah, let's share the screen. Share screen, window. Okay, there we go. Share. Okay, I hope you guys see my screen. So yes, I tried to exit the website and I have an exit intent pop-up. Heal Me, a true story podcast. Subscribe now for future updates. Yeah, that sounds intriguing. Do I get any discount or any other trigger for me to really put in my email address? I guess sometimes something extra. let's say if you sign up now, you'll get, I don't know, an ebook, a checklist, a template, a special offer included. That would be great. And most probably you'll try to test that, I would say, and see if you can increase your conversion on this pop-up. This looks interesting. Share your stories and heal with the Stories RX system. What is the call to action? Contact Q&A. It's not very clear. Most people would just look like above the fold, and if it's not clear, they'll most probably just exit and not move forward. You can also look at those analytics from like things like Hotjar or any other heat map. So I'll definitely recommend have a more clear call to action. What do you want people to do? What are you offering right above the fold? Maybe some of this information can actually go here, and you can put this together. But yeah, this looks interesting. You have great content. So I would guess that you have better opportunities for SEO optimization. You have elements that have kind of that trust elements here with partners. So that's great. Some more content, read all, mission, vision, and contact. So contact us. I would definitely do a testing on the button to see why would I contact you? Like, what are you trying to achieve? For example, get on a podcast, or get your story told on our podcast, or something like this. Sign up for in the next podcast. I don't know what would be your call to action, but why would I contact you? Try to be more specific, and I would definitely be test a few elements there, try to figure out how to better increase that conversion rate. But overall, I think you have a good chunk of content on the website. There are some trust elements. I would most probably mention a few people who were on a podcast that maybe you have interviewed before, or what people say about your podcast is maybe testimonials. If you have people talking about it on Twitter, I would actually embed the tweets. Third-party testimonials are so much more valuable than your own testimonials on the website, and show much better conversion rates usually. So definitely experiment with that. And then perhaps just like any other people supporting you, if you're a part of some organizations or anything like that, you might also include that. But the main recommendation above the fold, you definitely need to optimize that. But I wish you all the luck. It looks like you're doing great, and it definitely sounds interesting. I'll look into your podcast as well. Any other brave people here who want to join in, or are we out of time completely?
We are out of time. And Jen is asking, can you share your contact information?
Yes, definitely. I'll put that in chat. So I'll put my email, and then you can also find me on LinkedIn. There's only one Maryna Burushkina on LinkedIn that you can find, I guess. So just type my name and you'll find a way to connect with me.
Amazing, Maryna. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure.
Thank you, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it, and have a nice rest of the day and a great event.
Thanks, everyone. And I'll see you in the next session.